As you approach perimenopause, you may start to notice changes in your breasts. Some women discover lumps and bumps. Others notice changes in sizes and texture, new sensitivities, or even discomfort. Today on Menopause Natural Solutions, we are talking breast health. This is episode number 13, and I'm your host, Jen. Welcome to Menopause Natural Solutions, your podcast for all things perimenopause and menopause related. Stay tuned as naturopath Jennifer Harrington explains how to use natural therapies to transform your health and happiness. Hello and welcome back. Today we are discussing breast health. Note that I said health and not breast disease. Being a naturopath, my key focus is on the prevention of disease. My other concern is I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of treatment for breast cancer, as every woman with breast cancer would have different underlying causes. And breast cancer is not something you should be self-prescribing. Instead, you really should be seeking out a practitioner who specializes in this field. What I will be focusing on today is things that enhance breast health. As your estrogen levels start to drop, you may notice your breasts start to shrink. This is because estrogen stimulates the glandular system for milk production. When you no longer need your breasts to be on standby for feeding, they may start to feel less dense, and this can lead to sagging. If you are a regular exerciser, especially if you use weights or do push-ups, you might not notice this as much, as the exercise will increase and tone the muscles underneath to help your breasts stay up. Did you realize your breast tissue is like a sponge for everything in the environment? The environmental toxins are fat-soluble toxins, which means our body will store them in fat tissue. The reasons our breasts stick out is because they are padded with fat cells. Therefore, most of our environmental toxins are stored in our breasts. It's no wonder breast cancer is on the rise with the alarming increase of chemicals in our environment. They are in our food, our water, the air we breathe, the products we put on our skin. The best way to reduce these chemicals is to not put them in our body in the first place. Swap conventional foods for organic foods. Tap water for filtered water. Stop using aerosols and perfumes. Definitely throw out all of your plastics and swap your personalized care products for chemical-free versions. If you would like to know more about cleaning up your environment, I highly recommend the book Healthy Home, Healthy Family, and I'll add the details to the show notes. Here are a few more tips to help improve the health of your breasts. Number 1 is to stop smoking. Hopefully none of you out there are smoking, but if you are, please do your best to quit. Number 2 is to limit caffeine and alcohol consumption. Number 3 is to balance your blood sugar levels and be in a healthy weight range. Number 4 is to eat plenty of fruit and vegetables, especially the Brassica family, which includes broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, etc. Number 5 is to avoid all processed foods. Number 6 is to get plenty of sleep. Melatonin deficiency is linked with higher rates of cancer. Women who work shifts or are exposed to lots of light at night are at higher risk. Number 7, work on managing your stress levels. Number 8, switch to non-aluminium and non-aerosol deodorants and antiperspirants. Number 9, save your bras with underwires for special occasions. And invest in comfortable bras without underwires and it's best to get these fitted as most women are wearing incorrect bra size, and this increases breast discomfort. It's a good idea to do a regular breast self-examination. It's even better to ask your doctor to do an annual physical examination. Start by getting comfortable with what looks normal and feels normal for you. Some women will naturally have lumpy breasts. Other breasts may feel dense or more fibrous. It's normal to have slightly different shape or different size breasts. If you are still menstruating, breast self-examination is best to do a few days after your period ends. Start by standing in front of the mirror with your arms relaxed by your side. Look at both breasts. Look for anything unusual. Check for skin dimpling or nipple pulling. Repeat this with your arms behind your head. Do this again with your hands on your hips. Bend slightly forward and pull your shoulders and elbows forward. Squeeze each nipple. Look for any discharge. Lie down. Laying on your back, put one arm over your head. With your other hand, start palpating under your arms, using an up and down type manner, using the pads of your fingers to feel for any abnormalities. Continue over your breasts until you reach the sternum. Then swap sides and repeat. To thoroughly check the entire area, you need to feel all the way up to your collarbone. Some women prefer to use circular or wedge-like patterns instead of lines. It doesn't matter what technique you use, as long as the entire area is covered. Here is a list of things to look out for. A new lump in your breast or under your arm. Thickening or swelling in any part of the breast. Irritation or dimpling of your breast skin. Redness or flaky skin in your nipple area or your breast. Pulling in of your nipple or pain in the nipple area. Persistent nipple itch. Nipple discharge. Any change in the size or shape of your breast. Pain in any area of your breast. Warmth, redness, darkening of the skin around your breasts. A medical doctor really should investigate all new lumps and bumps and any new discomfort, especially any sharp, shooting or radiating pain. Please note that 9 out of 10 lumps are not cancerous, but all are worth further investigation. Jump on the show notes to see a diagram and to see these explanations again. Tip of the week: avoiding breast implants, or even considering removing your implants if you've already had it done. Now, as you can hear, I'm really not a fan of breast augmentation. The risk to reward ratio, in my opinion, just isn't worth it. The most common complication is leaking and rupturing. Both cancer and autoimmune disease are linked with implants. And the interesting thing is the increased risk of cancer that is linked with breast implants isn't actually breast cancer. It's a cancer of the immune system called anaplastic large cell lymphoma. If you already have breast implants, know the longer that you have had them, the higher the increased risk of rupture you will have. Another possible problem is the growth of mold or bacteria within the saline implants. If you're the kind of person that reacts to household mold, you might start to imagine the extent of the damage that mold inside your body would have. If you'd like to know more, there is a documentary that I highly recommend you watch called Absolutely Safe. And also a book called Breast Implants, Everything You Need to Know by Nancy Brunning. Involved with maintaining healthy breast tissue. Iodine deficiency is linked with fibrocystic breast disease, and fibrocystic breast disease increases your risk of breast cancer. Vitamin D. Vitamin D controls normal breast cell growth. Deficiency is linked with abnormal breast growths, including cancerous growths. Selenium. Selenium repairs chromosomal damage which otherwise could contribute to cancerous growth. This nutrient is one of the most important for women who have the BRCA gene. BRCA mutations increase breast cancer risks, but to put things into perspective, only 10% of women with breast cancer have this gene. So some of the other factors, especially environmental factors, are actually a greater concern. But for women with this gene, they are more prone to chromosomal breaks leading to cancer. A research study gave women with this gene selenium for 3 months, and the number of chromosomal breaks reduced to normal. So how fantastic is that? Zinc. Zinc can halt the growth of all forms of cancer. Probiotics. Did you know there is a breast microbiome? Dysbiosis, or the imbalance of good to bad bacteria, has been linked with the development of breast cancer. Testing. I like to have a look at a urinary iodine test just to see whether you're deficient or not. Most times women are, and it's more just to guide me on actually the dose and the length of time that we'll be considering supplementation. Serum vitamin D, another one that is most often low and not in the range. And with vitamin D, we really need you to be at the absolute top of the range. Serum zinc. Now, I always combine my serum zinc with a serum copper level, as these two minerals work in ratio together. And really, it's too hard to test for selenium or for dysbiosis. I just add these supplements if the individual displays the need for them. Other tests include a physical exam. You can have imaging, ultrasounds, thermogram, mammogram, or even 3D breast images. I'm based in Sydney, Australia, and we have our only 3D machine at St Vincent's Clinic. This test is called an abbreviated breast MRI, and it's available for partial Medicare rebate. It's more accurate than a mammogram, has no breast compression, and no radiation. Let me tell you, I am not having any mammograms. I am going to be having a 3D breast scan. I've already had an ultrasound, but I know where I'll be going next. Well, that's it from me today. I truly hope you find the podcast useful. Please don't forget to share it with friends. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Thank you for listening to Menopause Natural Solutions. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, share, and leave a review. This podcast contains general information about menopause. It is provided as a guide and is not intended to replace medical advice.